Mission, on mission, trying to get it right. Transition, changing the way that I see life. Transition mind. I'm on a mission, trying to get it right. I'm transitioning my life. Making a transition. Ooh, making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making a transition. Ooh, 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 ooh. Making a transition. Trying to mission, on mission. I'm on a mission, on a mission. I'm trying to get it right. Changing the way that I see life. Transition in my life. On a mission, on a mission, on a mission. Welcome. This is Alchemizing Energy, and I want to discuss real quick. This ain't gonna be a real long live stream because I really want to get to the crux of it. And then what I'm gonna do is open up a thing and probably bring like a hairdresser on and really discuss some of this when it really comes to Black women and their hair. I think that there is a hyper focus on, when it comes to a lot of red pill arguments and things like that about Black women. You have Tommy Sotomayor that has been just getting on Black women for the longest about uh them wearing weaves and wearing, the weave hairdo, and they're saying that we're trying to be white. Now, I'm going to give my opinion at the end of this, but I'm going to start off with a video and just do a reaction. So let's go in.
But they don't seem to want to wear it today.
Because Black women have choice, and if we don't want to wear our natural hair, we shouldn't have to be forced to wear our natural hair. That's the beauty about Black women. We can switch it up. We could wear fake hair. We could wear our natural hair. We could wear braids, weaves, straight, curly, and we're still beautiful.
That's true, but white women can also do the same thing. But why don't they choose to be putting on Afro wigs and stuff like that? Like, how would you feel if you saw a white woman with the Afro wig?
I don't care. That's their business.
That's their business.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't offend you or nothing like that.
I wouldn't care. As long as she happy, she feel beautiful.
You think Black women should be able to just do what they want with their hair and everything like that?
Exactly, just like Black men.
What Black women don't understand is that for you to even have the choice to do what you want with your hair, your ancestors had to fight for you to even wear your hair naturally. Back in the day, a lot of you guys or a lot of Black women couldn't get jobs. So now that they fought and fought and fought for you to have the choice to do what you want with your hair, you choose to do exactly the opposite of what they fought for. Europeans wanted you to wear European hairstyles. This is what you guys are doing today. Your ancestors fought for you to wear your natural hair, not Becky's hair.
You think Black women should be able to just do whatever they want with their hair?
Yes.
But what about Black men? Black men want to see our natural hair though.
Well, we wear natural too. Can't you tell?
This is natural.
It's natural.
Says really? How'd you get your hair like that?
Oh, come on.
All right, it was nice meeting you guys. Y'all have a great day. Why do you think a lot of Black women like white women's hair better than their own?
On a whole, I think that there's a certain demographic of women that do prefer straighter hair because of Eurocentric beauty standards that have been pushed by our society. But I don't necessarily, especially me, I'm from the Caribbean, I don't think that like all groups of women, especially Black women, think that way. Maybe here in America, maybe people do with Black women do think that way, but I personally do not.
Listen, I'm gonna just say this. The biggest misconception is that Black women are wearing a Eurocentric hairstyle. No one that's Eurocentric is wearing their hair. Like, okay, so we might put the weave in, but we don't style the weave like a European does. So I don't understand why black men are not seeing that. Okay, we might put the weave in, but we not. It's not staying just looking like a European hairdo. And I think that we need to cut it out trying to paint this narrative because black women do not wear their hair looking like European. White people's hair, when they style their hair, it is different than how black women style their hair. Whether they're putting a weave in, whether they're adding like extra hair in, whether they put a wig on, they do not do it the same way. So I don't understand why there's such a dilemma about that. I don't know whether they don't like to feel the tracks when they put their, when they're rubbing their hair. Well, I don't know, rubbing their hands through your hair or whatever. They don't like the tracks or whatever. That feeling of that track, I don't know. But it seems to be a huge like obsession about like how black women are wearing their hair. Let's go.
Identify with that belief. So I'm not exactly sure because I don't understand it, but maybe it's just to conform with a beauty standard, which is unfortunate.
I definitely think so. I think it's from years of their parents like putting wigs and weaves in their hair to try to appease the Europeans. So like, how do you think we get black women away from this? Because black women are not supposed to be straightening their hair or like putting on wigs and doing things like this.
Well, also, I just want to note, like, a lot of the time with the weave, sometimes it is used as a protective style, and, like, some people want to look that way. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my job to, like, tell black women what they can and cannot do with their hair, but I do believe embracing your natural hair is something that needs to be pushed out more, but it's more of a societal thing rather than, I think.
Do you think a lot of them maybe make a lot of excuses to put on wigs and stuff like that? Because a lot of black women say that putting on a wig is protection, but it's really not. Because what is it actually doing for you when you think about it?
Well, as much as I say that, like, everybody does have they have their personal choice.
Man, I don't understand why they're trying to compare black women's hairstyles to a white woman's hair. Now, let me show you a black woman's hairstyle. Okay. So, this is a black woman wearing a weave. This does not look like a white woman hair. When black women do their hair, they do it a certain way. They have like the little baby hairs coming down sometime. They'll have this and white women don't have the baby hairs coming down and all this other extra stuff. White women's hair don't be styled like this. Show me some white women's hair that look like this with all this going on. So you're trying to tell me that a black woman's hairstyle, this is a completely, if a white woman did their hair anywhere close to this, they would be looking like they were trying to be black. So I think that we need to stop trying to compare how we put our hair to how white women put their hair. Man, listen, weave was coming out back in the day. I remember back in the 80s, we used to put the weaves in our hair and stack it up and do asymmetricals and all type of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the Holly Berry hairdo came out, we'd put the people would get their hair cut or start get it straightened out and then cut it down and put the little small like curls at the nape of the neck and then it would like grow into a thing, feather it out. I mean, we don't do our hair, whether it's in a weave or anything, like a white people do their hair. And what's crazy is a lot of times because they're thinking that, okay, well, where are they getting this from? The gay community are the main ones that be doing our hair. The male gay community. That's where we get a lot of our like hair, the styles from. It'd be the gay males with these kind of like styles. So I don't understand why we think that we're gonna say that we're trying to copy after white women. That's not the same. Doing your hair, feathering it the way that we style it, it looks nothing like how white people do their hair. Even if we put weave into it, we are not trying to emulate white people. We put the weave in our hair and it comes out completely different than how white people do their hair. So to say that a black woman wearing a weave is trying to emulate a white person is not even true because honey, we be stacking our hair. It be laid, fried, dyed, laid to the side, baby hairs coming down, all that stuff. White women don't do all that. Show me a white woman that go to the salon, Sebastian or whatever the hell the most popular hairdresser is, and they get their hair with the baby hairs laid down, all this going on, you know. But really, like I said, those wigs and all that, like lace front wigs, came from the black gay community. They were the ones, the ballroom community were the ones that brought that whole lace front thing into the black community. So it was black gay males that brought the lace fronts.
They can do what they want with their hair.
Right.
But at the same time, I do agree that unfortunately, because of societal standards, women do feel more comfortable with wearing wigs and weave. And especially like on the mass media, you do see a lot of black women wearing weave and stuff. And, you know, I don't have anything against it, but I think it's a problem with the society on a whole. And maybe if we switched how we thought as a society, maybe we could actually see a difference with how black women express themselves with their hair. But I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I personally don't wear weave or anything. Like maybe I have braids, so like my
And
natural
she's
hair.
wearing a weave
That's
right
my
now. It's not, I don't personally wear.
No, I like your
Honey,
answers. It was
Your
actually
hair is not that long. You have a weave in, ma'am. You have a weave. I don't know what she's. I personally don't wear a weave, honey. You're wearing a weave right now, bro. Your hair is not to your back. Your hair is probably short, whatever. You put the weave in, then they put the braids in, whatever. Which is, I've heard some of that braiding hair is very toxic, ma'am. You need to watch out for that. But we're gonna get into that a little bit in a few. But I just want to like really make it a point that it's crazy that black men are going out and asking women and trying to really break down this whole thing. But a lot of these men, if black women was out here with their real natural hair looking like how they could look, they probably they're so used to seeing women look a certain way, they'd be not necessarily choosing her either.
meet you. You have a great rest of your day, man. Like right now, the beauty standard is straight hair. So let's say tomorrow the beauty standard changes from straight hair to afro hair, and you have a daughter in the future. Would you teach your daughter to also conform to that standard in like putting on afro wigs and things like that, or would you teach her to love her natural hair?
No, I would just like tell her to embrace her own natural hair.
Why?
Because we're all born with like features, and I think we should like just embrace what we have. Like we don't need to change for like a certain like beauty standard or society.
Okay, but what if like all the other little Asian girls and all the little white girls, now they're wearing afro wigs and your daughter's the only one who's wearing her straight hair? Would you still tell her to embrace her natural hair?
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I'm not one to like control, but also like life is just easier when you're able to accept who you are. So that's like the main thing is like I would just teach my kid like how to accept themselves and teach them like they don't have to change for anyone or anything.
I like that. So right now, the beauty standard is straight hair. A lot of black women, why do you think they don't teach their children to love their afro hair? Why do you think they always straighten their daughter's hair?
Man, we need to cut this out. All this is feeding into self-hate. If a woman wants to wear a wig or whatever, so fucking what? Okay? Listen, let me show you Holly Berry. Okay? This was Holly Berry back in, I think it was the 90s or whatever. When they came out with this hairdo, all of the black women was wearing this hairdo. Okay, honey, I even got a picture of myself with that same cut. Okay, back in the early 90s, like around 93, 94, all the black women was getting their hair cut into the Holly Berry style. Before that, they had the stack, like where they were stacking their hair and doing all kinds of stuff. I remember like back in the day, they had like this whole Chicago look or Detroit, where the Detroit hairdos and all this stuff. People now I don't think they remember, they don't know because this is a new generation, that the hairstyles of celebrities, however they styled their hair, we would emulate whatever that style was. You had the Halle Berry, you had the Salt and Pepper. Remember Salt and Pepper, y'all? Y'all remember Salt and Pepper with the asymmetrical? Now they had to put weave in their hair to do that style. Now was that emulating a white woman? Salt and Pepper, we used to mimic everything Salt and Pepper used to do with their hair. We would sit there and try to do our hair like that. Remember this, y'all? Okay, listen. I want y'all to see this whole like look right here. Hold on, I'm gonna just bring it up. Let me just, even if it's not all the way looking the best way, but I'm gonna show you this, okay? Salt and Pepper used to be the biggest hair icons. When it came down to their hair, okay, people used to do their hair to look like Salt and Pepper. Now they're older now, but I'm just saying, like back in this time, you know how many people used to did their hair and cut and shave the side of their hair to have the Salt and Pepper hairdo? And then when they came out with Express Yourself, everybody had the bangs and stuff like that. So people will see a hairdo that is like from, look, how many people probably saw people walking around, hold on, walking around with this style and hairdo, bro. People was walking around the whole thing and had the same little cut it off on the side, blonde with the asymmetrical thing. So black people do all type of stuff with their hair. Now, in order to get this is not their natural hair. That's not how they natural hair look. But Salt and Pepper used to be, look at this, icons. Look at this. They used to, their hair. I remember I went to the thing and got my hair done like this with the bob and like the little thing up at the top. And when they did Express Yourself, honey, I ran to the beauty supply, beautician to try to get the Salt and Pepper hairdo. And then stacked in the back, honey, had the small curls by the nape of the neck and then stacked up and then feather it up and all this stuff and then come down in the front. Trust me. Oh yeah, honey. We used to do all this stuff. Now, is this looking white? Because we're wearing, because it took a white or whatever they got them extensions from to make that hair like this. That's not their real hair. They had to put extensions in to make it look like this. Okay. And then people was going to the thing and getting their hair done like this, y'all. Salt had her braids in. People, you know what I'm saying? People have changed their hair, y'all. Is that looking white? Because she had to straighten this she had to straighten it and then curl it and then do the asymmetrical, cut the side off to the right and then have it off like this. So is this like looking like a white person? No, we have our own style, y'all. Just because we're putting tracks in to add more so we're not cutting our own real hair does not mean that we're trying to look white. And I think it's crazy that people are just making that into like, well, no, because maybe we feel a certain, man, we don't even, be quiet. You don't
throw a wig on their daughters and kind of put in fake hair in their daughter's head. Why do you think they don't teach them to love their natural hair?
I guess like because of society and people and the standard right now, like the standard right now is like straight hair,
right?
And I help them like fit in.
Okay.
I
like those answers. It was nice meeting you. What's your name? What's the most beautiful thing about a black woman?
Her skin.
Why do you say that?
Because of the melanin, from nature, that is the only that nature recognize.
Oh,
right. So he ain't even talking about the hair. He said her skin, melanin, right? Now he got a woman over here with some red hair. Like, come on now. What white people is walking around with bright red McDonald hair? This is only things that black women do. What we do, like to like, you know what I'm saying, extra. We gonna take it to the next level. Now you're seeing a lot of like white stylists try to emulate some of the hairdos that we do, but this is his woman sitting right here, and she got her weaving. Ain't no white woman gonna do their hair like
That's
this.
true, yeah.
So you're saying
that's why they call on the Bible the 666 electron. You know this thing, right?
That's proton, neutron, electron.
Yeah, because of the black people. That's why they think that they call it devil.
I mean, he brought her to the side. Look, she over here with her red hair. Looking,
the Bible is
you know
just
trying
to mistake the skin of the black. That's the melanin code, the 666.
Oh, so you're saying 666 is a good thing?
Is a melanin code.
Okay,
but right. So just because a person got their their hair done a certain way, don't mean that they not as intelligent. Even Erica Boss do say just because you dread locked up, don't mean that you got your mind right. back when she was doing her thing back in the day. So let's go into another person just also feeding into the narrative about us hating ourselves and this, that, the other. Let's go into that. Here we go. We hate our hair, and that's why we wear it this way. I think that this is like disingenuous, guys.
Y'all know when I say black women struggle to love themselves. This be y'all. No tea. I love the girls. But this BS. Lord knows.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine. If you are new here, if you're new, of course, hit the subscribe button. Turn notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you're a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So we saw a couple weeks ago the new hair store that opened in Houston. I think there was another state, a hair store open where there was a boatload of Black women out there all looking for free hair. They love weave. And honestly, y'all, I'm coming to the realization that no matter how much hair a woman has, short or long, we have been programmed to really hate our natural hair.
You probably gonna be mad at me, but I gotta say the quiet part out loud. Most Black women are hiding this one thing. They hate their hair. I know, it's a touchy subject. Listen, I'm only talking about this because I was number one. I hated my hair the most. I not only hated my hair, I hated everything about myself. When I was young, I hated my skin color. I thought I was too dark. I hated my hair. It was 4C and I didn't know what to do with it. I hated my height. I hated my lips. I hated my thigh.
This she don't like to get her. I'm sorry if y'all can hear me. My older daughter, her hair is equally as long as this woman, probably even longer. She has a beautiful afro, and she just wears her afro. Now I've asked her, "Do you want to get locks or this, that, the other?" Because I know how people in our society are just overly obsessed with how our hair looks, right? And it got into a thing, a shouting match, and she was almost crying because she feel like I'm just bothering her about her hair. But mainly because it's like, okay, when you try to get a job with an afro, and if it's not up Kemp, they're not going to necessarily want to hire you. So you have to like find a way to manage it, right? And I feel like I'm not trying to feed into the whole narrative of how like people look at you, but you have to maintain. Like, see, here's the thing: is that it's okay to have your natural hair, but how are you going to wear your natural hair? Right? You have to find some like middle ground, right? So when we're talking about, I never tried to tell her to wear no weave in her hair. I'm just like, okay, well, manage the hair that you got. However, when you actually get into it, the more you try to manipulate this hair, this type of hair, the more you can damage it. So I get it when they say it's a protective style. I'm not actually putting the hot comb onto this hair. When I want to change my hairstyle, because nobody wants to just wear the same hairstyle the whole time through. Or if I'm putting heat on my hair, I don't want to necessarily put the heat on my real hair. And the people that's worthy of seeing my real hair get to see my real hair, see me in the flesh. So it's actually, I don't really think it's a bad thing that Black women wear weaves, as long as they're not like they're doing it healthily. They're not over obsessing and putting glue on their hairlines and things like that. But I do feel like we do need to find a better way to protect our hair, because now that we're finding out that these products actually have chemicals in them that can really destroy us and this, that, the other, and they're very toxic and cancerous. We do need to think about this, but I don't like the fact that we are equivalating how we are doing our hair to that we hate ourselves. We might be a little lazy. Because I know even with my hair, honey, I love putting my damn head wrap on. I might not put a weave on, but honey, I will put a head wrap on or a scarf in a second, partially because of religious reasons, but others because I mean, hell, it's hell to do. My hair is hell. Okay. It's hard to maintain this kind of hair. So I don't think it's a matter of self-hatred. Sometimes it's a matter of like, damn, I gotta like, oh my God. It might take a whole day to get it to where it's reasonable.
I thought it was a little too thick. I like them now. But literally, I hated every single thing on myself, head to toe. And that's its own thing. But culturally, I believe a lot of us Black women have been brainwashed to hate our hair.
Because another hair store opened up in Philadelphia, and the line once again camped out 5 o'clock in the morning looking to get some discount weave.
Philly, this was the line for the hair palace today because they were giving out 3 bundles, any length, for $25. Now,
Bro, I decided to come to Hair Palace to see about the bundles. And that shit is packed the fuck up. Like, look at this. Look at this shit, bro. Bro, I'm going to fuck home.
Now, how much of this is really because we hate our hair or because we're just freaking consumers and we love a sale? You know, bundles, whatever. We just feed in. One thing I will say, I don't think that the whole like thing is really about the weave, but it was a sale. Because when Popeyes had the like 2-for-1 Popeye big biscuits or whatever the hell chicken sandwich, we was lined up out there. So does that mean we hate ourselves? No, I think that we just buy shit. Oh, it's a sale going on, honey. We in line. Nike's coming out, whatever. We in line. New Xbox, we in line. The first one's there. I don't think this is about our hair, but so much to the point that we're so conditioned for like, oh, hey, we got a new thing coming out, and we the first ones in line. That's what we need to be talking about, not about that we hate ourselves because we're wearing a weave. Now, half these dudes out here, if they had to maintain the hair that we have and try to get to work every day, sometimes it's easier to just curl that like fake ass hair. Just throw that wig on and put that fake hair on your head. Now, the woman that's talking on this has a fucking either she got like a press, whatever, and has her natural hair pressed or permed or whatever, but that's not the natural state of her hair. So I don't understand why she's up here trying to judge people going up there trying to get some bundles because your hair is not naturally straight, ma'am.
Fuck that fucking bundle, yo. Bro, I saw this shit all over my For You page, thinking I was gonna get some cheap bundles, but all of Philly is up here, bro. Like, I can't get no fucking bundles, bro. They going to take all the fucking bundles before I even get in the fucking stores.
She's not trying. I don't think it's even about the bundles. Her hair is already done. She just want to buy something. That's what we need to address. Why are we just so quick to want to jump in a line and buy some shit? Not whether we wearing weave or not. Like, why are we just wasting our money? Probably not even gonna use the bundles just because they said they got some bundles. We want to run and spend our money. That's what it is. The money's burning through our pockets, y'all. Her hair is already done. She don't even need no damn bundles. Why is she in line? This is what the problem is, not our hair.
So I might as well go to fuck home. I'm so tea, bro.
540, nothing.
I've been out here since 5:45 in the
and
morning.
right now,
Look
you
at
can
all
save £50
these
per person. That's £200
Look
off for
at
a
them.
family of 4.
540. Good morning, Philly. To tell I look very tired. Come with me to the Hair Palace grand opening. We out here. We getting it off. You know, wait, let's see what they got. All right, y'all. We still out here. We've been out here for like an hour, maybe 45 minutes. It's definitely a lot of people.
Do you think that they was in that line because they want to get their fake bundles so bad, or because they're just brainwashed into going to the next? Oh, it's a sale. Oh, it's only $25. Let me jump in line. Oh, okay. Somebody posted something. Oh shit, let me home and run down there and buy it. You know, that's what the problem is. Because she already got a weave in her hair. Why she need some extra bundles? She already got bundles in her hair. Why does she need to go and do this? That's what we need to address, this excessive buying that we're doing and not buying no houses.
The line starts all the way down there, goes down this way, back up, and then
You know what? The same line would exist if it was Popeye's chicken, if it was shoes on sale, if it was purses on sale, if they said it was Birkin bags for $10, they'd be in line even more. Trust me, this is how black women, we need to address that. The bullshit buying that we're doing. Why are we buying this shit from people? Your hair is already done, man. Why are you in a line trying to buy bundles because somebody said it was cheaper or 50% off? That's the problem.
this way, I'm here, and then it goes.
Don't we have $1 trillion? You want to know where the $1 trillion fucking buying thing is? Open up a place and say we got some bundles, honey. And here's all your listen. You about to get paid, honey. Open up anywhere and say you got something for 25% off, and you gonna see a line because find out what black women want to get, and then just say okay, I got it because we are compulsive with our buying. This is a compulsion. This is compulsiveness going on.
All the way down there. So, but that being said, I'm not even tripping. I stood in Beyonce merch lines. Like, yeah. Bro, what the fuck? I just ran off on the hair plug. And I kept staring here, y'all. It's super duper crowded. The line go all the way back there. What? But I'm in line for y'all. So if y'all want something, DM me, send me your money. I get whatever y'all want. We made it this far, y'all. This how far? Hold on, flip the camera. We got up here, but the line. That's just still back there. Look, it's still everybody done wrecked up.
See, I saw those clips. Okay. At this point, like, I really don't know what else to say other than that. Like, you're looking to get bundles. You said they have bundles for $25, any length, all of that. We want weave in our hair so bad. So bad, right? That you're going to either call out of work because this is a weekday. This is all happening in the during this week, right? You're calling out of work. You know, you are waking up super early. Again, I'll make it very clear that you will show up in a line for hours and hours and hours to get a discount on some weave and some edge control. But you ain't sure to see a kid's school not one time this school year. Not once. Not one time. I don't understand, y'all.
It's not just for the weave, it's for anything. Black women, when it comes down to it, if there's a sale, we are in line for the sale. Trust me. And I love, man, listen, I'm a black woman myself. And trust me, I love a sale. $1 trillion buying power. All they need to do is say it was cheaper, and they probably don't even need it. Probably gonna buy the whole store out. It don't matter what it was, whether it was bundled. That's the thing. They're trying to make it about bundles and whatever, but it was not even about the bundles. It was the sale. Oh, it normally costs 100. Oh, you gonna give it to me for 25? I'm in line. That's what we need to address. We need to be getting in line buying some land and property, but we in line buying bundles. Fuck the hair, bro. Like, if the nigga don't like you because your hair ain't looking right, fuck that. Buy some land, bro. Buy some land. Invest in one of these businesses. Go get some cars and throw them bitches on motherfucking what's that? Go, instead of buying bundles, go get a car and put it on what's that rental, and put it on one of them rental car things and make some money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we buying bundles and in line, inconvenience in our day to buy some hair half of y'all ain't even going to use? And here's the thing, you don't even need to stand in line for that because there are websites you can get it on wholesale. Why are we standing outside in line? I don't know, but to me, I'm like, bro, I don't know what's going on, but we're talking about bundles and people with natural hair versus straight hair, and I'm like, who gives a fuck about that? We are losing money in the trillions with trillions of dollars are leaking out of the black community because people want to buy bundles and buy Popeyes chicken and Nikes and Birkins and whatever the hell is the hot thing. And we're worried about hair. Who gives a fuck about if black women should wear their hair natural or not when we are just spending money expeditiously? Niggas is losing their jobs. And think about all the money they probably bought about these nonsense things. Probably got like bundles sitting in their house and just like got laid off by the US government. And got all these bundles they can't do nothing with.
I get it. We give so much money to the beauty industry. We give so much money, and
we give so much money to every industry, trillions of dollars, bro. Bump just the hair industry, and then the Chinese people don't even want to like trust you in their store. I bet you every black woman that walked in their store, they had to put their bag in the front thing because they think they're gonna steal. So how are we respecting these businesses, giving them our money, and then get disrespected? Not Chinese, but Korean. I'm sorry, the Korean hair shop, and they don't even want you to you can't even walk through that bitch with your bag because they think, oh, you fixing to steal something. Okay, could you put your bag over here? Meanwhile, we lined up in a whole line. I mean, I don't know how much money that they made just by doing that. I mean, they probably hit about 50,000 that day, maybe 100,000 that day with all them people. Probably ran out of product. People probably went in there, the bundles was gone, and they just bought something just because they was in line. Do you understand how manipulative we are when it comes down to buying things? That is our problem. It's not our hair and whether we straighten it or not, or it's curly or not, or we wear our natural hair or not. The problem is that we're buying a bunch of bullshit and whatever people give to us to just buy, and we will just jump in line and just be outside like in a line, bro. Look at this shit. In line to buy a bunch of fake hair off somebody else's head when you can go online and probably get the shit delivered for like even lesser than that, just because they said, oh, it's $25 a bundle. Bitch, you could probably got that same bundle for like $3. Just do some research, bro. You don't even know what kind of bundles it is. You don't know whether it's the best quality of bundles or whatever. I don't even know. Whatever the fuck, whatever they're in line for is bullshit. That's what we need to address, is how much money is just leaking out of the black community. That's what our problem is. It's not whether we wear our hair. I don't give a fuck if the girl want to wear a blue fucking wig or whatever, a yellow wig. But the bottom line is that how much does that wig cost to do all that bullshit, whatever is blue or yellow or whatever, and get it merged down into your hair so it look right or whatever. We're so obsessed with our appearance. And meanwhile, we don't own nothing. We don't even own the shop that we're getting our hair from, bro. If you just took a quarter of this line and say, okay, all y'all give me y'all money and we're gonna get some land, they probably $25 a piece. If half of if all this whole line going down the street would just put their money into a fucking business together, or just invest in something that we are doing together, we would be so powerful. But we are too busy being consumers. That is our problem, not how we wear our hair. I don't care how your hair looks. If you're just bleeding money out of our community, that's your problem. I don't care if you're insecure about how you look. So what? Wear your goddamn stupid ass looking hair, but stop bleeding the money out the community and invest in some black businesses or some land and go buy a house or something.
All the way down there. So, but that being said, I'm not even tripping. I stood in Beyonce merch lines like, yeah. Bro, what the fuck? I just ran off on the hair plug. And I kept staring down here, y'all. It's super duper crowded. The line go all the way back there. What? But I'm in line for y'all. So if y'all want something, give me some of your money. I get whatever y'all want.
We made it this far, y'all. This how far. Hold on, flip the camera. We got up here, but the line. That's just still back there. Look, it's still everybody done wrecked up.
See, I saw those clips. Okay. At this point, like, I really don't know what else to say other than that. Like, you're looking to get bundles. You said they have bundles for $25, any length, all of that. We want weave in our hair so bad. So bad, right? That you're going to either call out of work because this is a weekday. This is all happening in the during this week, right? You're calling out of work. You know, you are waking up super early. Again, I'll make it very clear that you will show up in a line for hours and hours and hours to get a discount on some weave and some edge control. But you ain't sure to see a kid's school not one time this school year. Not once. Not one time. I don't understand, y'all. I get it. We give so much money to the beauty industry. We give so much money, and I'm not knocking it. But I think the fact that we are seeing this happen and how we are flooding, because they want the bundles. It ain't about, I mean, the edge control and the little air freshener, whatever they was offering, but they want that weave. They want the bundles. And I get it. If the hair costs, I don't know, $100 a bundle, you get it for $25. That's a major discount. But to see that many women out there wanting weave, I'm just like, we have really gotten to a point where we don't even want to wear our natural hair, like, at all.
Y'all know when I say black women struggle to love themselves? This be y'all. No tea. I love the girls. But this BS. Lord knows it gotta stop. The problem is not that we wear wigs and weaves and we like to get our hair done in different styles, different braid styles with the woo. The problem is that y'all would rather have a terrible wig on than just wear your natural hair. And it's like the fact that y'all don't see the problem with that and like see like how traumatized you actually are is sad. Like, y'all would die on the hill. Like, y'all will wear a bad wig. I just see some bad wigs. Because you are so terrified to wear your natural hair. I would be terrified to walk out with that wig. You should feel terrified. But you are more scared of the follicles coming out your scalp.
Like I said, it can be women with hair. This ain't even about a woman not having hair. It's almost like, let me say this also. It's almost like you are shamed, which I've said before, or looked at as not as, it's almost like you're looked at as you're not T, you're not that girl if you wear your natural hair. I.e., why they started to have a problem with Cash Doll wearing her natural hair, her natural face. They want you to have the long bust down weave. They want you to have all of the weave. Women love this stuff.
It be other black women. Okay. I literally just got off the plane from Miami. And if y'all want to know what that was like being a natural black woman down in Miami, say something in the comments. But I just watched this video of this black woman in her military uniform with her braids in, and she was saying that black women do not like to wear their natural hair out because it is short and because they feel childish with that short haircut. And I will honestly tell you that it be other black women making y'all feel like that. It really do. When I was in my 20s, I big chopped twice. This is my third big chop. We'll talk about that later. I did both of my big chops with my boyfriends at the time. They were very supportive of me walking around with this much hair.
When I told other Black women that that's what I was going to do, they told me, oh, girl, I hope it grows out fast. Oh, what are you going to do? At least you can wear a wig. They came up with everything that they could think of to say to me as far as how I can hide that I don't have no hair or how I might be lacking in confidence because I don't have no hair. Meanwhile, these be the women who you don't even know if they have edges for real, boo, because they in a wig or braids 24/7.
They love it. So the fact that we prioritize waiting in line for that, but in the city of Philadelphia right now, the contracts for teachers, counselors are on, their contract is up August 31st. And if that contract is not renewed and they don't come to a decision, they will go on strike. That means thousands and thousands of kids won't have teachers to teach them.
Thank you.
If it ain't one thing, it's a motherfucking another. So first, they just ended the strike with the trash union yesterday, the 9th in Philly. Then I wake up this morning on the 10th to find out that the teachers have been authorized to go on strike as of September 1st if their contract demands are not met when their contract ends on August 31st.
And honey, you know what? When I have a call I'm gonna do later, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how these jobs are about to be gone, bro. Well, they're already gone for 300,000 Black women. Then they're just about to fire 150,000 IRS workers. They are firing all the Black people out of these government positions and all this stuff. And man, honey, all that money that we have spent on bullshit, you were going to look back, whether it's your hair, whether it's fucking Xbox, whether it's Nikes, whether it's Birkins, Louis Vuitton, and you're going to look at all this bullshit you got, and ain't nobody going to want to buy it because they ain't got no money either. That's the problem. It's not about our hair. This is a deeper seated problem within the Black community when it really comes down to the women and what we find as valuable. There should have never been, people should have been saving their coin the whole time, investing. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying to invest in the stock market because that's gambling. I'm sorry. Like, I've had Reverend Greenback come here and say, well, you need to get into Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin, all that shit's gambling. You might as well go to the fucking casino and put some money on 10 on red or whatever. Put 2 on red or whatever the fuck, 10 on red. But I'm just saying, buy some property, buy something that's a liquid asset that you can like actually see and invest in and see it grow, start a business, whatever. But all this money, just putting it into our looks and that's superficiality. We need to get past that. Jobs ain't gone. Bullshit. When I come back here, I'm going to listen, I have a call coming up in 15 minutes. And when I come back and after I go and get my kids and everything from school, I am going to do an entire show that is going to break down all the jobs that are like getting taken out of the community. And then you're going to see that we are in trouble, you guys. Well, you know what? I don't rely on government contracts to work, but I'm gonna say like a lot, like we have all of us Black people. When you go into Maryland and certain areas that's ruled by the government, you know, so many contracts, and all them people that probably buying all that bullshit because they didn't give a fuck about nobody. They not trying to invest in the community. They just took their money, hoarded it, and didn't try to invest in the Black community and try to build businesses. They just took their money, hoarded it, and bought bullshit and tried to look cute. All this stuff about to come to a head, y'all. Literally, because their hair gonna be looking wild too. All this weave and everything that people been buying, standing in line for, about to cease too. So Korean wig shops, beware. Okay. Anyways, I want to say thank you, Reverend Green. He talked. Listen, that must be Reverend Green saying that. You know, whether it's Bitcoin or crypto, whatever the hell it is. This must be right here, the man in the high castle. It must be Reverend Green because he loved to like get up here and start talking shit. I know that's you, bro. Anyways, much love, guys. I got a call and some business to take care of that I want to possibly invest my time, not my money necessarily in, but my time into. That might be something I could bring back to you guys. That might be a good thing. So, and I want to be prepared for the meeting. So When I come back, I'm going to break down the economics of the situation that is happening. I'm fixing to break this whole thing down and show you all these jobs that's fixing to be lost. And I want you guys to think, so what's going to happen now? Right? Now, it might not be affecting you, but hell, I don't know. It's a trickle down effect in a lot of this stuff. So right now I'm addressing like all this egotistic like buying of bullshit that we're doing, hair, whatever. Honey, go ahead and get that flat iron. And if your edges are gone, I mean, I don't know. Find like some little fake edge stuff or get some Rogaine or whatever, put it on that bitch and smooth it down, child. Smooth it down. Much love, guys.
Trying to get it right. Transition. Changing the way that I see life. Transition mind. I'm on a mission. Trying to get it right. I'm transitioning my life. Making a transition. Ooh, making a transition. Ooh, making a transition. Making a transition. I'm on a mission. I'm trying to get it right. Changing the way that I see life. Transitioning my life. On a mission.